Welcome back to the podcast. This is episode number 21, and we're laughing because we just recorded. We thought we recorded the first 5 minutes of the pod, and I looked down and it wasn't even recording. And then she just slapped me in the face. But make sure you guys hit that sub button, hit that like button. It means a lot to us. It motivates us, inspires us to keep on going. And head over to the Spotify. You can catch all the episodes that we've done so far. They're gonna crack you up. I guarantee you're gonna get some laughs, man. Because
Hell yeah.
She's funny. I'm funny.
Am I?
But yeah, so today is Monday. I'm just saying the same shit that I just said.
I know.
Anyways,
it feels weird.
I've done that before where I've when I used to record videos,
you had to redo
I would
it.
literally it would crash on me, right? So I would have to redo the entire video. It wasn't an hour-long podcast, but it was and I had to do it because or else I didn't have a video to post. And I was dedicated,
Yeah, hell
but
yeah.
a lot of those times, the second time around was better.
Yeah,
because I felt more
happens.
loose, more relaxed. I already knew kind of what I wanted to say.
Yeah, you got the jitters out of the way.
Today's Monday. Last episode, we did our kind of predictions on what was going to happen. All 4 games are done.
Yeah.
I guess this will be a football episode if you guys don't already know. But
yeah.
Just talking about football. But Chiefs-Texans was the first game. It was the first game, yeah. Saturday at 3:30 or something. Where do I begin? So, yeah. On to our 7th or 8th AFC championship in a row.
Lost count.
Must
be nice.
Feels low-key I'm getting numb to it,
Yeah.
When you're a typical fan, this is a huge deal for most teams,
Yeah, it is.
Oh my God, we're in the AFC championship.
But you're just we're in it again.
But this is I'm not trying to be cocky. It's the expectation now, And then, but we've been to so many in a row that's oh, we're gonna go next year. But in reality, you never know when it could be the last year.
Yeah, exactly.
You never know, something can happen next year, and Mahomes gets hurt or something. Let's knock on wood for that,
right?
Please. But
or you just don't make it.
I'm just getting numb to it. I think I'm still gonna be hyped. This is a huge game. We'll get into that soon. But Chiefs Texans. Something about the playoffs almost unlocks the Mahomes Kelsey connection.
Mm-hmm.
He had a touchdown. Mahomes had an all right day. I wouldn't say it was a crazy good day. It wasn't a bad day.
It wasn't bad. He didn't have any turnovers. That was good.
Our defense really carried it, which you expect. Nothing crazy, nothing really surprising happened. But Mahomes just seems to not get too high or too low in these type of environments. I feel in big games, some players, their emotions gets too high to where they're playing with the motion instead of playing with their fundamentals.
Mm-hmm.
If you're thinking too much, I'm talking I've done it before or something.
Yeah.
I've just watched enough, but yeah, Kareem Hunt you mentioned scored.
Yeah, Kareem Hunt.
Ever since Pacheco's gone back, it doesn't look the same. I don't.
Yeah.
It really is really sad, man, because running backs when they get injured, Nick Chubb, they're never going to be the same.
Oh, I think Xavier Worthy was the other touchdown.
He might have been, but
sorry, I was thinking of that.
When running backs get a really crazy injury, sometimes they're just not the same the rest of their career.
Yeah.
It's very rare. When Nick Chubb was the best running back in the game. Now he's below average, not even the top 10.
Yeah.
But hopefully Pacheco, because he did come back pretty early after that. It was a really crazy injury. It involved some screws being in his knee and his leg and reconstruction surgery. And I think Kareem Hunt's been all right, but we're gonna need a running game coming up against the Bills. But
Kareem Hunt.
Worthy scored, Kelsey scored, defense played lights out.
Kareem Hunt was like a diamond in the rough for you guys. He really took over, honestly.
So McDuffie, I still can't believe that he didn't get Pro Bowl.
Yeah.
It's when you're such a good corner that you don't hear their name a lot, which is actually a good thing. That means the quarterback's not throwing in your direction because you're locking the guy up. So he doesn't really get a lot of interceptions. He doesn't get a lot of tackles because he's just locking up. I call it McDuffie Island. You've heard me say that before.
Yeah.
Bring your sunscreen. It's such a dumb thing to say, but I'm just having fun with it,
Yeah. Maybe that's why. Maybe some other guys had a little bit more tackles and some more interceptions.
Well, it was Derek Stingley.
More a little deserving.
It was Derek Stingley.
Stingley had a lot of interceptions.
PS2.
Obviously.
And then it was... Who was the third? I forgot.
Yeah.
But he definitely got robbed.
Yeah.
What did you think about the game? Was it kind of expected? I mean, people are saying that we had some bad calls go our way.
Yeah.
What did you think?
I think those rumors per se or little comments will always be made. I think right now with the Chiefs and like their whole legacy being made and their dynasty, and they're just fucking winners, whether you like it or fucking not. This is literally what happened with the Patriots. The Patriots were like the most hated team, but this is what it is. It's a dynasty. If you don't want them to be a dynasty, then your team needs to be better, or whatever you could do to pretty much support a team so that they can get in the position to compete. But it just comes down to Mahomes is just a winner. He knows how to win. It's not that he's like doing these like, I mean, he is doing insane things, but what I'm trying to say is like he's not over here jacking the ball 80 yards for a touchdown. Like it's anything insane. It's not anything we've never seen. He's literally using the fundamentals to his advantage, knowing how to chew that fucking clock, knowing how to utilize all his players. Like
I was watching a sports show, First Take, this morning, and they had a conversation on who's the best quarterback right now. Mm-hmm. And half the table said Jaden Daniels, half the table said Mahomes, and the Mahomes argument was like, one game, life or death, all your money's on the line, everything. You're gonna want Mahomes.
Right.
The other side was saying, basically,
statistics.
Right now, at this very moment, Jaden Daniels is playing like the best quarterback.
That's a tough argument.
You make a good point. Like, there's a difference between stat padding, padding and winning.
I'm sure that they could definitely do that for Mahomes, and they could get him.
But that's not the formula for us
exactly.
To win.
But that's not what they want. They don't want to stat pad. They don't want him.
He's already done that.
All these accolades. And he could show you that he can have them. I mean, give him Tyreek Hill again, and he'll show you. But
he's a winner.
He's just wanting to win. He wants to be, and he said it himself, he wants to be the first quarterback to three-peat in NFL history. And that it's looking like that's what he's going to do. There's 2 more games left. And personally, I think if...
We'll get into the predictions.
Well, I think what I was going to say is... I guess I'll wait for this comment, but I also wanted to say, because a lot of people were giving the argument that there was like terrible calls and whatnot. I mean, okay, let's just say there was 1 or 2 terrible calls, right? I don't think there was, but let's just say there was, right? Let me give you this real quick. 2 missed field goals, 1 blocked field goal, 8 sacks, and you still expect to win like that? You're not going to win with 8 sacks. I'm sorry, Texans, but you got to be better. The Texans defense didn't get a single turnover. Yeah. You're not going to win with no turnovers, bro. It's just, I'm sorry, but it's not like they were playing phenomenal and they got robbed because of a call. That I would understand. I would be like, okay, now it's looking, kind of sus here, but they didn't get robbed of anything.
I'm not a bot.
He's biting your hat.
What the fuck? Leo's making his entrance in the pod.
For real.
I'm not a body expert or anything, but it seemed like CJ Stroud was jittery in that game.
Like very nervous, yeah. I agree.
I don't know what effect that had on his performance. But when you can't trust your offensive line to protect you for 2 to 3 seconds, like, anyone's going to be fucking nervous when you have 350-pound grown men.
Exactly.
With just big-ass dudes coming at you. But
yeah, it's kind of everything that I expected to happen in this game. I think the only thing maybe that I expected is maybe the Chiefs to score like 1 or 2 more touchdowns, or maybe just have a little bit more points. But, I mean, I think
going back to that first round, I think you guys gave that game to them. You guys were the better team. You guys had a better roster. You guys made some mistakes, and they just took the momentum and ran with it, and like it made them look like this outstanding, great team that's gonna pull. Maybe they can upset the Chiefs, but then reality hit.
It just sucks.
When you walk into that stadium with the loudest stadium in the world, those fans are rocking and rolling.
Yeah, those fans are amazing. Yeah.
Shit changes quick.
Yeah.
You're going from a home stadium, Houston Arena, fucking indoors, turf, fucking probably 65 degrees in there.
Minimal fans.
You have your normal locker room, everything. Your whole routine is the same. You're going into a hostile environment against the GOAT. I shouldn't say GOAT yet, but one of the GOATs playing right now.
Baby GOAT.
One of the greatest. Like it's just. Think overall, like the pressure, how can it not get to you? You know, and CJ Stroud only has Nico to throw to. Like that shit was affecting him. His offensive line was trash.
Yeah.
And you got Chris Jones that's fucking crying before the game, getting ready to roll, fucking pound you like a rhino.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, I think that. I mean,
great stats by the way. I didn't even know that.
Yeah, I just think that the Texans didn't stand a chance. I mean, if you really thought the Texans were gonna win, like, you don't really watch football, bro. I'm sorry. It's not anything. I'm not saying they're a terrible team and they can't do it. I think they definitely could, just not this year. Maybe in a couple years, once they get their O-line looking right and they get that chemistry back with Stephon. I don't think Tank Dell will be coming back anytime soon. It really sucks. It seemed like they're really close friends, so I feel really bad. But, I just think that considering everything that happened, like, they had a good year, they had a good run, but this just wasn't their moment. Like, let's be for real. Were they really trying to make a Super Bowl push? Nah, I don't think so. I think they were trying to just get in the playoffs. I don't think they were ready for a Super Bowl just yet.
Yeah. So that was the first game. Damn, the next one, Washington Commanders Lions. We both had the Lions.
Insane,
We both had the Lions winning this, and
this was crazy.
I actually told her before the game, I was like, I think the Lions are gonna blow them out. Like the
literally
crowd is gonna be crazy. Eminem, I don't think he actually was there, but I thought he was gonna be.
Yeah, me too.
The rest, getting some players back, Monty's back. I just had this gut feeling. I was like, Detroit's not going to lose to the Commanders, right?
Right.
We were wrong. I was wrong.
Yeah.
The game was going on. I was like, okay, it's kind of back and forth. Like, Commanders are looking pretty good, but it's still back and forth. I think the Lions are going to pull away. And then, like, it just seemed like every time Jane Daniels got the ball, he scored
a touchdown.
Like, they could not stop the Washington offense. Like, they literally, whatever they wanted to do, they were doing. Amik Robertson got hurt in that game, but they do still have some injuries on defense, but I didn't see that that's insane. Like a rookie quarterback going to the hostile environment, and like Jane Daniels
against the number one seed
doesn't have nerves like in his body. Like
no, he's so like calm.
I wonder if that's like a genetic thing or like he's worked on that over time.
Probably worked on that over time.
I would have been shitting bricks.
Yeah, I would have been like CJ Stroud, just like fucking nervous. Dude was so
CJ
calm.
Stroud's not even a rookie.
Like fucking Jaden Daniels looked like he's been to NFL playoffs before. Like he was just chilling there, sitting, legs crossed, just watching the game, enjoying it.
I think Jane Daniels has that Josh Allen effect in the sense of like, obviously you don't have the best team roster wise, but when you got that guy, you got a chance.
Yeah.
Kind of like Patrick Mahomes. Like we always have a chance.
Yeah.
Like Jaden gives them a chance. It's like Steph Curry, like
yeah.
You're down 30, but you're still holding on to hope because you got him, So they they scored 45 against the Lions. That's insane.
It's insane.
Like I think there was a hit on Jared Goff. You see that helmet to helmet that didn't get called?
Oh, I did see that.
I think that affected him because after that he was throwing interceptions.
He's awful. 5 turnovers.
I think it was 4.
Or 4, yeah. 4 turnovers.
Their offense was, other than the turnovers, was pretty good, but their defense just couldn't stop Washington. Washington was scoring every time, and like, I don't know how. I don't think anyone saw this coming.
Yeah, I don't think anyone saw this coming either. Jaden Daniels is probably gonna right now, I mean, currently, yeah, he is the best rookie probably in NFL history.
The Lions were the best team in the NFC. Some people say they're the best team in the league.
They had high hopes.
Blowing out teams in the regular season. Beat the Vikings by a lot to get the 1 seed. All that momentum going in. They're getting Monty back. Oh, my God. The two-headed monster's back. Sonic and Hedgehog is back. Well, they're going to win.
Yeah.
And then the Washington, man, like, I don't know. I'll save my thoughts for the NFC Championship coming up. You guys have to stay tuned.
They were playing, like, with the chip on their shoulder.
They should, you know?
Like, they were heavily like, nobody had them winning for, I guess, fair reasons. Like, you know, rookie quarterback. Like, what you would expect time and time and again. So it's like, you know, we didn't have really much high hopes for the Commanders, but wow, it was just...
I feel like Scary Terry is like Jamal Murray of the NBA. Underrated as fuck. Shows up in the big moments. Don't you agree?
Yeah, pretty clutch.
He's pretty underrated.
Yeah, very underrated.
He's undersized, too.
Yeah.
But he scored that long touchdown in that game, and
honestly, I think...
They didn't look back, you know?
I think Ertz is underrated, too. He came in clutch for Daniels, too.
They have a few, like, veterans that I think keeps the hope alive. Like... Sorry, there was like a rock or something.
I think that's the cat. They had Brian Thomas Jr.
There's a few like veterans that I think they're like glue guys, like Bobby Wagner, like you said, Zach.
And then on defense, they got Lattimore too. I mean, he's been around in the league for
like they're a young team, but they're also like they have some veterans.
Some
too,
veterans
that are, like Bobby Wagner is a champion.
Yeah.
Lattimore's not.
You said Lattimore's not.
Zach Ertz isn't either.
But he's still great.
Wait, actually, I think Zach Ertz won with the Eagles in 20 with Nick Foles against the Patriots.
Oh shit!
They have some champions on their team. I think you need guys like that when you have a rookie quarterback that has no experience in the NFL.
For sure.
So they move on. Probably like the biggest shock of the whole playoffs, I would say. Like the only really upset. I thought that shit was gonna be the Broncos. I was fucking wrong.
Yeah.
They move on. People are saying it's best rookie season ever by any player in the NFL history. I
think so.
I can't.
I mean,
in my lifetime, I haven't seen a rookie quarterback do this. They beat a really talented Bucs team out in Bucs Arena and then beat the best team in the NFC. So, anyways, we'll stop with that.
Yeah.
Next game was Rams-Eagles. Rams-Eagles. I was really looking forward to this game because that Rams offense can put up points, but I was really nervous about that Rams defense against Saquon because the first time they played, he went off, and he went off again, bro. Like, snowing, fucking blizzard conditions, and Saquon, like, ran like he was running in his backyard, like, fucking, like, the snow didn't affect him at all. Ran for almost almost 200 yards, 2 touchdowns. There's a lot to unpack in this game.
Did you say the Philadelphia Seagulls, like Saquon Eagles?
I didn't say that. Someone else said that. The Philadelphia Saqueagles or something.
What the fuck is Saqueagles? That's really what it is. Honestly, though, if you want the key to winning against this team, it's stop Saquon.
How do you do that, though?
Stop Saquon, number one. And get to Hurts. Pressure. I don't know how the fuck you do it, but that's what you got to do.
I actually, like, low-key starting to hate Jalen Hurts. Like, I've been a fan of him. I've been, like, not a fan, but, like, I've always, like, liked him as a quarterback. Like, he's good, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. The last few games, though, like, I feel like he's just, like, in his mind, he's like, oh, I got the best running back in the game. I don't need to do anything. You know, let's just make it like that type of mindset, you know, like low-key selfish, like let him do most of the work. I'll just kind of like relax. You know what I mean? Because like, yes, you do have one of the best running backs, but you're going to need to throw the ball eventually. A.J. Brown has 3 catches in his last 3 games. A.J. fucking Brown, dude.
That's
3 catches in 3 games? He should have 10. He should have at least 10. So Rams, I knew they weren't going to stop Saquon. They don't have the personnel. They have Verse, but he's not like they don't have Vita Vea type guys. Yeah. Guys that are built like fucking tanks. Yeah. They have a lot of small guys. They don't have a Pierce like that Pierce guy on the Ravens.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Oh yeah, he's huge.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
But the Rams still had a chance to win at the end. They made a little comeback, weren't able to finish it off. Their offense never really got going, and like the ball kept slipping in everyone's hands because of the snow and the rain. Like Matthew Stafford had a fumble. Overall, though, I'm gonna say Eagles. Yeah, I mean, without Saquon, they lose that game. Someone said that they got saved by the snow. If it wasn't for that snow, the Rams would have won.
Maybe.
I don't know, but what did you think?
I thought it was a good game. I knew Eagles would win. You
knew it? There was no doubt?
No.
Really? Rams are good.
I'm not saying they're bad. I just don't think they're ready yet. I think they need like a few more pieces and they'll be okay. I don't think they even need anything on the offense. I just think they need to get their defense right and they'll be fine. Honestly.
Offensive line too.
Yeah, maybe their offensive line beef it up a little, but their defense really is. They can get a good cornerback and maybe like somebody good on the defensive line. I mean, I don't know. They might be, dangerous, but
look at Matt. Can you read out Matthew Stafford's passing yards for Jalen Hurts?
I can't even see that far. 324 yards and 2 touchdowns, Matthew Stafford. Jalen Hurts had 120 yards, no touchdowns.
Like
he had a rushing touchdown, but
nothing through the air.
Yeah.
Like Matthew Stafford was the better quarterback by far in that game.
Bro, Saquon had 205 yards with 2 touchdowns.
That's insane.
That's crazy. 28 carries? 28 carries? No way. That says 28.
Hey, and by the way,
wow.
I'm gonna save it. Well, I'm gonna give you guys a sneak peek, but like the Eagles and Commanders have played already twice this year. Saquon's gone off for like 200 yards each, or 160 plus yards each game.
Wow.
The Commanders can't stop him either. Though,
unless Jaden Daniels just pops off again like he did with the Lions.
He's gonna have to. Like Saquon's gonna go off for 300 yards. But yeah. In short, like the Eagles' offense is based, like it's literally designed based around Saquon and the offensive line. Like, but don't you think they're gonna have to eventually throw the ball? Like, if they make it to the Super Bowl against us or the Bills, I think they're gonna have to throw the ball more.
Or like, let's just say they do get stumped. Let's say they get stumped with the Commanders, right? Let's just say for some reason they get stumped.
We'll get into that right now.
What the fuck are they gonna do? Like, I don't know. Anyways,
we both
continue.
We both have the Eagles winning, so
yeah.
We're right on that. And the last game was the one that you were looking
forward
to the most.
I got it right, baby. I told you.
I know my
shit. I know my shit, okay? I know my instincts, bro. Don't ever try to tell a woman that she don't know her instincts.
And when you were...
I lie. This was an insane game. I was looking forward to this all day. I worked that Sunday, so I hurried my ass home so I can cook dinner. Dinner was phenomenal, by the way. It was the best dinner to watch the game, too. And, I mean, it was a really good game. So I had fun watching this game.
You picked the Bills. I had the Ravens winning.
Mm-hmm.
Where do we begin here?
Here's my biggest key that I think lost the Ravens the game. I think it was the 3 turnovers. They had too many turnovers. You can't have 3 turnovers and expect to win. How many turnovers did the Bills have? And that's the big difference right there between a winner and somebody that's going to lose. Look how many turnovers the Rams had versus the Eagles.
Yeah.
They had, I think, as well, 3 turnovers. You can't win if you're going to have turnovers.
That's a good point, especially in the playoffs.
Especially in the playoffs.
Mahomes had 0 turnovers as well in our game.
Yeah, he has 0 turnovers.
I think that, like, Lamar was really careless in the first half, and then the second half, he was played like Lamar. And that's when they came back.
You kind of had a good point, too, where you were like, Lamar is not running that much. And he did not run as much as he typically does, which I was kind of surprised. And I look back and watch the highlights again, and like he did run. I'm not saying he didn't, but he not as much as he typically did.
Look, I'm gonna be honest, and I need to be like do some self-reflecting because, like before the season started, I had the Bills like not doing good at all. Like I didn't see this shit coming. I think I had them in third place in their own division.
Wow.
So I didn't see their defense being this good. First of all, like the defense is outstanding. And
yeah.
I did not see that coming. I didn't see their offensive line being that good this year. Was it like just losing their weapons that they lost? I thought for sure they're gonna have a drop off. So I got that completely wrong, and I wasn't just hating. Like I really thought they were gonna have a drop off, but it seems like it was the opposite happened. Like Josh Allen became more patient, quicker reaction time, and yeah, he's just playing out of his mind. But Ravens should have won this game.
Yeah.
Like you said, without the turnovers, and then Mark Andrews had really, really bad mistakes.
The fumble, the drop.
This could have easily been a Ravens Chiefs. You know, Mark Andrews is gonna be hating himself. You know,
yeah.
So he had the fumble,
and he had that drop,
which he hadn't fumbled in like 3-4 years,
which is insane. That's impressive.
The big one at the end, wide open.
It just sucks that you gotta like fumble at the like worst game. Like he could have fumbled at any other game,
the drop
but
was worse because that was to go to overtime.
Literally, he had it right there. He was wide open. He was wide open. It wasn't even fucking contested.
He kind of like slipped a little bit.
Yeah,
like, lost his footing, and like he was probably expecting like there was no one around him. But he was probably expecting to get hit in the back.
Yeah,
kind of bracing for it and not thinking about
the catch. Yeah,
keeping his hands on the ball.
Damn.
But
it just everything happened so quick
right
too.
Is like how much blame to put on Lamar? Like, I don't think this is his fault.
Okay, but
there's a little bit obviously, but
he did have 2 turnovers that were his fault.
Yeah,
I don't think that it's completely his fault, but I don't think that he played to what his potential could have been.
But
he had an interception and he had that fumble.
This is a full team blame. Like, gotta put some blame on Mark, obviously.
That interception too was just, I don't know if it was completely his fault. It was like a bad miss. Like the receiver wasn't anywhere close, and I don't know if Bateman just like didn't read the route correctly, or I don't know what the fuck happened there. Some miscommunication or whatever. But that was just completely overthrown. That it just looked like he missed it. The receiver missed his spot.
How much did not having Zay like? Did that affect the team, you think, at all?
I don't think it affected much. I think we would have gotten the same result, honestly.
Interesting.
Yeah. Maybe, I mean, who knows, right?
Zay was their number 1 receiver, though. He's a Pro Bowler.
Yeah. I don't know. To be fair, though, on the AFC side, there was a lot of injuries, so he was only a Pro Bowler because, like, other people were injured, so.
Yeah. So, Bills move on. You had it right. And then, so you were 3 for 4. I think you were 3 for 4, and I was, right?
I went, 3 for 4.
I was 3. No, I was 2 for 4.
Yeah.
So you won. All right, let's move on.
Yeah.
Way up to the final 4, baby.
This
is where shit gets interesting. This is where you either go home or you go to the Super Bowl.
Exactly.
And as a fan, I'm going to say as a fan's perspective, in the past, because we've lost in this game, losing, I told you this before, losing in this game, I'd rather lose in the Super Bowl than lose in this game.
Really?
I told you that. Like, it hurts.
Yeah.
It hurts more. Because as a fan, you're like, you almost get to throw a party for the Super Bowl if you guys are in it.
Yeah.
It's like, it's almost like it feels as a, like, because our family, diehard Chiefs, so it's like, it feels like a holiday. We're in the Super Bowl. It's already a huge, like, holiday for America, and then my team's in it. So it's like when you lose in that game before, it just hurts, man.
Yeah. So, it's like you just needed that one more fucking win. Yeah, I know. I get that.
Because you guys
I feel
felt that with the Padres. Yeah. And the NFC and the NFL, what's it called?
The NLDS. NLCS, sorry. Yeah, we went against Philly, and, bro, we just needed to win that one game. And we were winning, too.
Pain, bro.
And we were winning, too. It was, oh, my God. I, like, felt like I fell to my knees and my heart fell out my chest. I was like, bruh, you're fucking kidding me.
Yeah. sucks. So
it sucks.
Here we go. We have the
start with the NFC because I want to
start with AFC. We're already here. My mind's already on it.
Okay.
We have. I think you can call it a rivalry at this point. I don't think they're like they hate each other. Like I don't think they're talking shit to each other. Like it's a lot of respect. Where every year it seems like we play the Bills. It's Bills Chiefs. You remember in 2020 when there was, or 2019 or whatever, when it was 14 seconds on the clock. I don't think you were even a football fan at that point.
I wasn't either, but I was there watching.
14 seconds on the clock. If they
I
had
remember.
The lead,
I remember.
They were literally celebrating like they were just going to win the Super Bowl. And then Mahomes, Kelsey, Tyreek Hill, they got together. They kind of came up with a plan, and we ended up winning the game on like history. Like it was never done before in that little of time, But shit, Josh Allen, MVP frontrunner, Patrick Mahomes, one of the greatest ever. I think this is the fourth time in a row. We've beat them every year in the playoffs. Every year it seems like, and they're always this fucking close to beating us. They beat us in the regular season. They're really our only loss this year.
They are your only loss.
We lost to the Broncos, but
yeah.
Only loss.
That doesn't count because they're
other than the Bengals. I would say they've been our toughest challenge, in the past, like in our dynasty era. So, am I scared? Yes, I'm fucking a little scared right now.
Well, yeah,
because they're a good team. Be. I would have been scared even if the Ravens made it. I would have been scared either way.
I would be too. If it was the Chargers.
Something different like on Josh Allen's face this year. I think we're going to win. But he has this focus in his eyes, And I don't know. I'll let you talk now. I'm kind of rambling.
I think it's precisely that. I think it's like he has like this focus, locked in energy to him. Like kind of just this calmness to him.
Now what... Do you think there's like I talked to this before, is there like a psychological battle the Bills are going to have to deal with, knowing that they've lost to us multiple times, they kind of like can't figure us out in the big game? Do you think that there's going to be a layer of like emotion there, a layer of kind of distraction, like all the media is going to be talking about is this going to be the same story as every year, or are the Bills finally going to rewrite history? Do you think there's a psychological like kind of layer to unravel there?
I think there can be if they let it be, but I think that personally, if this was like me and like I was on the Bills, like I'm trying to put myself in Josh Allen's shoes. Like if that was me, it's like, okay, like seriously now, like after 4 fucking times,
I think you just want it more.
Like I'm just fed up. Like there's no way that after 4 fucking times, like, and they're close games too. It's not like they're blowouts by any means. Like they are good games back and forth. Like there's no way that we like can't let ourselves win here. Like it seems like they're tripping over their own feet here. So it's like, personally, I would be like, you can if you let it be and if you pay attention to the media, but the best thing that the Bills can do is get off social media, work, keep your head down, keep your hood up, work.
And I bet if you're the Bills, you're like, the reason it's so frustrating is because they know how to beat us. They beat us in the regular season
exactly
every year.
They know.
So it's like fuck, we're beating them in the regular season, but then when it really comes time to win in the big moment, we just can't beat them.
Yeah.
So they're gonna have to deal with that. But I agree. I think they're like they've been through this enough times to where. Yeah, I don't think they're going to listen to social media. They got some veterans on their team. They've been around this. They know what to expect.
Yeah.
The crowd's going to be insane. Like they've gone to Arrowhead before and played a good game. But boy, is this shit going to be interesting, man.
It's going to be great.
I'm going Chiefs, obviously. You see the blanket.
Damn, you just threw it like that to me.
What do you got? I haven't fucking heard your prediction, and you haven't told me I'm saving it, Jaden.
Yeah.
I'm saving it for the pod.
It's so tough.
Hang on. Luca, go. Good boy. If you fucking tell me you're going for the Bills, dude, I might just leave the podcast. You can finish the shit on your own.
It's so tough because, I'm
biased too. I'm biased.
Like, I'm giving you my full, like, what's going through my head. I'm not going to give you bullshit here. Like, it's just so hard because it's like, on one hand, it's like, you have the back-to-back champs, bro. You have Mahomes, clutchest quarterback. I think right now in the playoffs. Right now, I think he's the clutchest quarterback out of all of them. Or three other guys. You're at Arrowhead with that insane crowd. And then on the other hand, you have the fucking Bills. It's like almost like they're playing as like underdogs because they haven't.
I wonder who will be favored.
Beat the Chiefs. They haven't beat them, so it's like
not in the playoffs. Yeah.
Exactly. So it's like how you know what I mean? It's like you have this chip on your shoulder. Like you get this far. It seems like for many years. But then it's like you can't get past this. It's like it's tough. It's tough to pick because like but I know you're not going to like it, but I think the Bills might take this one. I'm sorry.
Are you fucking serious right now?
I love you and
what the fuck just happened?
Let me show you guys something.
Are you dead serious right now?
I just
Well, but you need to give us some actual analysts right now.
I just
actual
think,
analysis. Sorry.
Hold on. Let me show you guys something real quick.
What is going on right now? What are you showing me? What's that? So that's why you're going for them?
Josh Allen in a Padres
no, you gotta
jersey.
set your emotions aside, Andrea. Let's act like you're an actual NFL analyst. What is your prediction?
I already said the Bills.
Even without any emotion tied to them?
Yeah. I've never been a Bills fan, never will be. I'm a Charger fan.
Let's say this. If it was Chiefs-Ravens, who would you say?
Chiefs.
Really? You think
I think Lamar is not clutch. I'm sorry. Hot take, but I don't think Lamar is clutch.
He hasn't really been clutch in the playoffs ever.
Sorry. I know maybe that's a hot take, maybe not.
I'm going just sank to the floor.
I'm sorry. And I know your parents are going to be like, seriously, what the fuck? She's not allowed to come watch the game. I'm watching the game. Maybe not with you. I might watch it here. But I think Bills are looking different. Bills look like they're out for revenge. They look mad. They look different. They look different. And it's insane because they don't have one of the top receivers, Stephon Diggs. And it's almost like it was a blessing in disguise for them. It's almost like they needed to get rid of him. Like they needed to close the door so another one can open. It almost felt like that. And I just think he looks hot right now. He looks hot. That defense looks hot. I'm not saying that I think it'll be a blowout. I think Chiefs, I wouldn't be surprised if the Chiefs win because they're just winners at the end of the day. So,
like, what is your confidence level?
It's like 51-50. And I think it's like very split for me.
Holy shit.
Yeah, but I think that 1% goes to the Bills in my opinion. But I mean, I'm gonna go with the Bills. I think most analysts would say Chiefs though. Honestly,
it's hard to say.
Just because of how many times Mahomes has won in the playoffs and that difference. Yeah, that difference maker that he is in the playoffs. I'm just kind of taking the underdogs here. Like I'm going out on a limb kind of thing. You know what I mean? Like, damn. But. Like I said, I wouldn't be surprised if the Chiefs win here.
We're split on that game. I didn't see that coming, but
yeah.
I mean, I asked for your unbiased opinion, and you gave me it.
Yeah, that's right.
So you think the Bills are gonna make it to the Super Bowl?
But I will still be happy for you guys if the Chiefs win, because I'm not a hater.
And then the NFC side, who saw this coming? A third time a division rival. Commanders are gonna go at Philly and play. Now, if the fucking Commanders like win this game, like fuck man, like that's gonna be an insane rookie year, you know. I think I don't know. I don't see it happening. I think the Philly defense is really good.
I think so too.
I think going against the Detroit banged up defense versus an Eagles defense completely healthy, top to bottom, best defense in the league. Maybe them and the Ravens, you know, but this is a different defense that they haven't played a defense like this, you know. And then And then I don't see that defense stopping Saquon. I think Saquon's going to do exactly what he's done every game this playoff. I think he's going to go for 2 touchdowns. If you look at the stats from the last time they've played this year, Saquon's gone off. So I'm gonna go Eagles. But at the same time, it's like Jaden has been so hot that they can put up some points. Like it might be like a 28, or it might be like a 31-41 game or something, like high scoring. I could see it.
I think
it's like if you can stop Saquon, then the Commanders can win, because that Eagles offense, like the passing game, it's done nothing in like 3 games. What do you think?
I think if they can, I don't think they can stop Saquon. I don't think any team can stop Saquon. But I think what this team can possibly do is slow Saquon down and get Jalen Hurts to try to throw. Get him to throw. When Jalen Hurts is throwing, they need to pressure, and their secondary needs to come in clutch. And they came in clutch against the Lions. And I mean, who cares if they score some points? We've seen who the better quarterback between them two is, and it's definitely not Jalen Hurts. It's definitely Jaden Daniels right now. If Jaden Daniels can get the ball, score some touchdowns like he's been doing, slow and steady, and then their defense, maybe they don't have to come to stop Saquon if they can just slow him down.
That's a good point, because every time
and get some turnovers.
Every time that Saquon scores, you notice how it's like an 80-yard, 70-yard touchdown. If you can just, let him get a 20-yard run here and there, let him kind of slowly work. Don't let him get these fucking 80-yard runs for touchdowns. That way, yeah, you kind of you do force Jalen to throw more,
Yeah.
And I think if Jalen is forced to throw, I think if Jalen Hurts, I'm gonna say it, if he's forced to throw like a considerable amount, then Commanders got a real good chance of winning this game, because I think the Commanders' offense is going to put up points. So it's just, I don't know how you stop Saquon. He's been so good. That offensive line is so good.
I don't think you can. Like I said, I think you need to slow him down.
I think the Chiefs and the Bills defense have a better chance at stopping him than the Commanders.
I think,
but you can't stop him. You just got to slow him down. I
think with the Commanders, like, number one key is get the Eagles into 3rd and long situations. Make Jalen Hurts throw.
Jalen Hurts is so bad.
Make him throw. Don't get him in the 3rd and inches, because they're going to obviously QB sneak.
So hard to do, because they fucking
push every time.
That's a brilliant strategy, right? Like, that's what every team has probably tried to do this year to them. The problem is their offensive line is so good that, like, they run the ball on 1st down, and he gets like 5 yards right there.
Yeah.
On 1st down. Then now it's 2nd and 5. At that point, as a defense, you're fucked.
I would take my chances and play.
Okay, but
like, okay.
Sorry. Like, even if they get to like a 2nd and 6, 2nd and 5, like, they can just run it again and get another 5 yards. So if you can get them into, like you said, 2nd and long, 3rd and long, like a 3rd and 10, 2nd and 10, boom. Jalen Hurts ain't fucking accurate, bro. Force him to run around. He's not even that fast.
I think they could definitely get some interceptions off him. If the Commanders get 3 turnovers, it's over. Commanders win. They need to emphasize on those turnovers. Really is gonna come down to if the Commanders can really tighten up their defense and like really hit the Eagles where it hurts.
I'm gonna say if Saquon has less than 100 yards rushing, Commanders win the game.
Yeah,
what do you think?
I can buy that. Yeah, I definitely like that.
If he's like 80 yards rushing, that won't be enough.
Yeah,
they're gonna need a lot out of Saquon. I haven't seen Hurts been like really good since like way earlier. And this is the thing that happened last year. Remember last year, the Eagles started out hot. They're like the opposite of the Bengals. They start out hot,
and then they take.
Especially with Hurts, he doesn't play good at the end and like in the playoffs sometimes.
And I think him and AJ just don't have that chemistry. I feel like they were friends, but I feel like something happened.
Agree.
I feel like something happened between them. and I feel like shit hasn't been the same.
They have like,
I don't know if it was because AJ called him out and maybe Jalen Hurts took it the wrong way, or if it was something else before that has been discussed behind cameras. I feel like they're both the type
to be petty.
Yeah,
like I feel like they're both. I feel like they're the type to get into some argument, right?
But it's like worse coming from the quarterback, because you're supposed to be the leader. You're just supposed to be humble, and you're just supposed to do anything possible to get your team to win.
I don't think Hurts is a good leader.
I don't think he's a good leader. I don't think he's a leader by example. I think he's a leader by like being petty.
I don't think he's a Josh Allen.
I don't even think he's a leader. He's just petty.
I feel like they might have something might have happened when he called him out. Something probably happened behind closed doors, and then like it never really got resolved. They just kind of like let it go by, right? But it's still kind of in Hurts' head.
Yeah.
Because you're 100% right. Like they have no fucking connection right now. AJ Brown reading the book. That was, he's going to try to play it off like, oh, he does this every game. But I think that was a shot at the quarterback or something.
Here's what I was trying to tell you, though, about the defense. I would take my chances. You said usually, like, man defense is, like, the best to stop the run, right?
Yeah.
Typically.
Yeah.
So play man, have those receivers with those cornerbacks one-on-one, force Jalen to throw. You know what I mean? Like, force him to throw. Force him to throw. Force him to throw. I mean, okay, let's just force him to throw. Force him to throw. See what the fuck happens.
Or force him to run.
Force him to run. Force Jalen Hurts to really do anything. He
got banged up last game.
He got banged up.
He after that play, he didn't run at all.
I just think if you force Jalen to pretty much throw, run, whatever, he's gonna fuck up.
The more I'm thinking about this game, I think it's actually closer than what I originally thought. Yeah. My original thought was like Eagles are winning this, but like now that I'm really like dissecting the fucking game and like the strategies, like you're 100% right though. Like, Commanders, force Hurts to do something, bro. If you let Saquon run for fucking 80-yard touchdowns,
they're not gonna win. They're gonna lose
because when they have a lead, that's when their defense starts fucking running hard as fuck at the quarterback, and that's when they start putting pressure on the opposing offense.
But here's what I think. I think the Commanders, after looking at this Lions game, they're like, okay, like, we did this to a banged-up Lions defense, and they have a good running back, too, Jahmyr Gibbs, and Jahmyr Gibbs was popping off. He was popping off. He was not playing bad, but it's like, after that halftime, it just seemed like they were able to just like tighten up these loose ends and be like, okay, they scored on us. Forget it. It is what it is. It's a high scoring game. We just need to lock in now.
They put up enough points so that it forced Jared Goff to start throwing the ball, and that's when they made errors. That's what they need to do to the Eagles. If they get an early lead, let's say it's 14-0 in the first quarter, they're not going to give it to Saquon that much anymore. They need to start scoring, All right. They're going to start throwing it more. So that's the play.
That is true.
If they come out hot, like they need to score it like fast. Puts pressure on the Eagles offense. They're going to start throwing it more. Just like they did with the Lions. Jared Goff started throwing it more, and then he started making mistakes.
You're right.
So like
that happened with the Rams too.
There's a fucking real I say play man to man 100%. Stack the box, put some extra guys in there.
Yeah.
Kind of they need to really practice hard on how to stop Saquon, though.
Yeah.
It's not easy. He can make guys miss, backwards hurdles and shit.
Let them pound the rock. Get him in a second and long, third and long situation. Be ready for the throw. When the throw comes, I mean, you're going to need whatever you can do, like contest. Communication is key. On the other side of the ball, though, that Commanders offense, Jaden Daniels, I mean, we've seen, like, no pressure. He's so calm. I'm not really worried about that, but mistakes. I don't know how he is in tight situations. That Eagles defense is good.
Yeah.
So that defense could keep them in the game. So Jaden Daniels' job is to really dissect that defense and really see what their weak spots are. What they're not good at.
They have Bobby
Maybe getting that middle of the field open for Zach Ertz. Maybe Zach Ertz is going to be that star guy.
Could be. I think that to stop Saquon, it's going to take IQ.
Yeah.
And they do have Bobby Wagner, who's won a championship, been around the block, really big physical running back. I think that he's going to play a big role in stopping Saquon or slow him down if they can slow him down. But that's going to really decide the game right there. Like, if he gets over 100 yards, Eagles win. Less than 100 yards, Eagles lose. It's that simple. Hurts hasn't looked good at all in the playoffs. So I think I'm still going to go Eagles, though, because I don't think they will be able to stop Saquon.
For me, I don't think it's like if he gets over 100 yards, I think they could still win. The only thing for me is also turnovers. If the Commanders don't get any turnovers and they give up turnovers, they're not going to win. But I'm going out on a limb. I'm going to go Commanders here. I'm going to go Commanders. I know I said Eagles. But something to me screams fraudulent about the Eagles. I think they use Saquon to cover up all their imperfections, but in reality, they have
to be honest something there.
They have a lot of offensive imperfections, and any defense can be dissected. Any defense is imperfect. So,
and don't forget about that injury. Whatever happened to Hurts, like that, I don't think he's going to be running as much as he normally.
Yeah.
And don't forget, he had that running touchdown in that Rams game. If he didn't have that running touchdown, Rams would have won.
Mm-hmm.
So just saying,
Also,
Rams
going
to have to throw the ball. Like, they're going to have to force him to throw the ball man to man, press everyone.
Also, Rams had some turnovers, but because of the weather, like Matthew Stafford, like
Rams were this
slipped
close
because of how wet it is. I mean, you can't be super mad. They're from fucking LA. It doesn't snow in LA. How are they going to be prepared for the snow if they never have any snow there? So it's like if it wasn't snowing or those few things didn't happen, the Rams would have won. And that's what screams fraudulent to me about the Eagles. They just kind of got lucky, and they just keep giving the ball to the best player on that team, and that's Saquon. And if the Commanders are gonna want to win, they have to slow him down.
I'm still going Eagles, but I think you're 100% right that there's a method. There's a very good method for the Washington to win, and I could see it happening. Wouldn't that be fucking insane, though?
That would be so awesome.
If you would have placed a bet, you know how you can do that at the beginning of the year? Like, you can do a DraftKings bet where you guess the Super Bowl winner, and the payout's usually big. But
I wonder if anyone has.
If you put $10K on the Washington to win the Super Bowl, you would probably. And if they do win it, you probably win $1 million or something.
That's insane.
That would be insane though if they win. If they go to the Super Bowl, who would have saw that coming with their rookie quarterback? But I think there's a method. There's a method
to the madness. They just have to execute. They have to plan it, execute it. And if they do all those things, I think they have a really good chance of winning. They have to. These players around Jaden Daniels really have to step up for him and for the team. And Jaden Daniels, he has to do what he's been doing and just continue balling out, continue running the ball, continue getting it to those guys. Terry McLaurin, keep having him one-on-one. Dude is going to win out. Dude is fast. I think he's a great receiver. I just think he's been...
Scary Terry, baby.
I think he's been kind of underrated just because of, past quarterbacks that they've had just weren't it. Yeah. But I think Jaden Daniels is it for him, and I think Terry McLaurin is...
I've never met a Washington fan.
Me either. I guess they were really Redskins before... And I would see Redskin fans, but then after they changed their name, it seemed like they lost a lot of fans.
They have the worst logo.
I just don't know why Commanders. Why couldn't they be the Washington Wizards? The Washington.
You know what someone pointed out on a podcast? The WNBA, they don't use plural names, S at the end. They're the Fever, they're the Storm. There's no S's.
Storms?
No, it's the Storm.
Right, but that's what you mean. There's no storms, no fevers.
It's
I don't know. The WNBA names are weird.
76ers, Warriors, because there's multiple people on the team.
I play for the Indiana Fever.
WNBA names are fucking terrible.
They're weird.
But I think you're right though with the Commanders. I think eventually it'll grow on people, and but originally when they first came up with it. Didn't they change the Cleveland
Guardians?
Indians?
Yeah, the Guardians.
What's worse, the Guardians? Kind of sounds similar. The Guardians and Commanders, right?
Yeah.
I think.
I love the Indians though. I'm sorry.
No. What's better though? Guardians or Commanders? I think Guardians is better.
Really? Commanders? I think Commanders. Like command.
Kind of sounds like Chiefs. Like you're the chief of the tribe or the commander of the tribe.
Yeah.
Fuck.
I don't like Guardian. It sounds like
NFL team. Like, what would your team be? Your
name? My name?
No, the team name.
Yeah, the team name. It'd be like the San Diego Pigskins. I'm just saying.
Insane.
I'm just kidding. The San Diego Kitties.
Why?
Because I like kittens.
Kitties? What if you had guys on the team?
Oh shit! Yeah, that's kind of weird.
Kitties. I was thinking like Fritos or something.
I'd say like the San Diego Ducks. And I threw up horns.
It's too generic.
Duckies.
It has to be unique.
Fuck. I don't know. It's kind of hard.
And the Oregon Ducks are already a thing.
Yeah, I know. I don't know. It's kind of hard. Yeah. You think of it. You think of it.
I think I would do like the Kansas City Bumblorooski.
Bundle-rooskies.
Yeah,
that's a good one, actually.
That just came up, and just came to me randomly.
Bundle-rooskies, and their favorite play is the Bundle-rooski.
Who would have thought that Andy Reid would like be a really good actor in commercials and
He's so funny. He's a good guy. Big Red is.
I heard that like
great coach.
Kelsey and Mahomes had to like kind of like beg him into doing it at first.
Oh really?
Like, Andy was really against it, and like they had to like talk him into it because like. Patrick's been doing these things fucking forever. I think he's like has probably the most commercials out of any NFL. Like he must just take any fucking brand deal that comes his way.
Oh, he must.
Which, if you're that rich, like, do you really need to do that many brand deals? But maybe
I don't think it's about the brand deals. I think he wants people to know who he is.
People know who he is without doing progressive commercials and fucking Geico.
I mean, also the money must help. Like he probably has an expensive house. Like. People think that just because you have a lot of money, like it lasts forever. Like money comes and goes, especially when you're rich. You make more, you spend more, because now you have a house payment and like you have to pay all the bills that go into the house, all the food, all the excursions that your family wants to go to.
At a certain level of richness, I think you stop even looking at the money. Like once you have a couple million in your bank account.
He's thinking about retirement. He's thinking about the future.
Listen, Linda.
It's actually Andrea.
Once you have a couple million in the bank, you don't. I just mean like for everyday purchases, right? Like groceries.
Well, yeah, but he's not an everyday guy.
But he's not making. He doesn't have a couple million. He probably has hundreds of millions.
Yeah.
So why do a fucking stupid progressive? Maybe he just loves it.
Babe, that's what I'm saying. He's thinking about his retirement, his future, so that his kids, when they grow up, they can grow up rich. He's thinking of generational wealth. He's not thinking about himself and right now. He's thinking about ahead. When he gets done playing football, he wants to continue making money, so that way he can support his kids and he can pay for their college and their dreams and aspirations, which is amazing.
Out kids left and right. So I mean that doesn't. I wonder if you're that rich, like, do you even get tax money back when you have kids?
You probably pay in taxes, bruh.
You have to pay, right?
You have to probably. Way. I mean, if they don't pay, that's sus. That's weird.
Imagine like how food stamps.
Also, they probably have a lot of tax write-offs. Like, if they donate money and shit, like, they get tax write-offs, so that way they can get, like, a little bit of a pardon.
I think the whole, like, tax system is a little... I don't like it, you know? I don't like the fact that, like...
Bro,
why do we owe the government money for working for ourselves, to support ourselves and our family, for the government to use on fucking... I mean, I guess roads. The streets kind of do affect us in a way, you know? Like, we didn't have good streets. Like, we'd probably, like, die or something, but...
Probably.
Like,
it's not
they can print money. They're in fucking debt. Like, what are they doing with this money, you know?
Giving it to Ukraine.
I guess in a way, that's how they just make their money back, right? Like, the government is a business, right? Like, I
think it's stupid, though.
Money, but they're also in debt, so they need to make the money back somehow. Like, I don't know.
Low-key, it seems like the system... is flawed and it kind of fucked up, because like there's countries that are flourishing out there that don't have taxes. In Europe, there is no taxes. When you go and you go to the
put your mic down a little bit.
And you go to the store, you don't. Okay, if something says $5 flat, that's all you pay. You don't pay tax on anything out there. Like, their taxes don't exist out there. You don't pay the government anything. The government doesn't give you anything. It's just what it is.
You know what place is really cheap, I've heard? Vietnam.
Bitch.
What?
Vietnam.
Why do you like...
It's a third world country. That's why it's cheap.
I know, but just because it's a third world country doesn't mean you can't have a good time there. Like,
no,
I was just listening to this podcast.
I never said that.
He was talking about, like, he has, like, it was, like, one of his best trips. Like, it's not like, yeah, you're right. It's a third world country, but it's not a big touristy country, so you get the real experience. You're not going to get treated like, you know, everyone squats and smokes cigarettes. Like,
squats?
Yeah, you know that? Like third world Asian countries, like, they all squat.
Why?
I don't know, but they squat and smoke cigarettes. Like, it's a big thing down there. I don't know why. Ew. I guess they're all like, because they're all skinny. Like, they're not fat. None of them are fat. Obviously, they're all in shape.
And I was saying ew to the smoking cigarette, not because of the country they're from.
And he went, and there was a cave. There was a 6-hour hike to get to this cave. The cave was so big that you can fit the Eiffel Tower inside it.
Wow.
He said.
And he went through the whole thing?
He hiked it, and there's a fucking beach inside the cave.
What?
I'll show you pictures afterwards, but
that's cool.
He, like, did a whole podcast in the cave. This was, like, 10 years ago or something.
Damn. That's crazy.
And then he said the food is, like it's really good food. Like, it's
pho.
super cheap.
Pho is from Vietnam, you know that?
But it just said, like, he said with $4,000, you can literally live there for, like, 4 months.
Wow.
Like, it's just so cheap there, you know?
Damn.
And they have, like, these little, like, places on the side of the road where they clean your ears with utensils. And, like, they don't have it here. But, like, there's little sharp little tools they stick in your ear and they pull out everything.
Ooh.
And it's like...
I wouldn't trust them to do that.
It's, like, really, like, it's good, you know?
Yeah. I wouldn't trust them to do that, though. I don't know.
That they didn't clean them.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't know how they clean
them. They don't put them in alcohol or anything.
Like, if I get hurt, like... And then I have to go back to the U.S. Like, what if you get an infection? Like, nah.
So basically, I'm saying is, like, we should book a trip.
I would go to Asia, but I think the only Asian countries that I'm currently interested in is Japan and South Korea.
Thailand?
So. I think I would rather go to Bali
they said
first.
That's the, like, intro. Like, when you first go to Asia, like, you should go to there first because it's a big touristy.
Yeah, I like Japan more. I really... Huh?
How do you know?
Just like
Videos
the research, just research that I've done, because that was actually before COVID was about to hit. I was gonna go to Japan with one of my friends, but then COVID hit, and obviously it couldn't go or anything. But Japan was next on the list.
Wow. So should we announce our trip, or we kind of have to wrap this up? But should we announce it real quick?
Should we, or should we leave them hanging?
Let's leave them hanging.
Yeah, let's leave them hanging for one more week.
That's gonna be it for
y'all are gonna have to tune in next episode so y'all can see where we're going.
Might have to announce it.
Or maybe we're not going anywhere. Maybe we're just fucking with y'all. I don't know. Find out next episode.
All right, y'all. This is episode 21. Appreciate all the love and support. Hit that like button. Hit that sub button. And we'll be back on Saturday for episode number 22. And then the episode after that, I'm either going to be very sad or very happy, depending on what happens in the game. Hopefully it's a good thing, though.
Yeah.
But, yep, that's it for y'all. Peace out, y'all.
See ya.